Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Nuta, the Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. And today we're going to do this beautiful pattern for a flower. Here it is. It looks like this, and for this particular project I've used my 100% cotton yarn, and for this one I've used 3 mm of the hook. Now about this flower, you can use this flower as a decoration on any of your other projects, or you can have a pin at the back and you can use it as your hairbands, as your hairpin, or you can simply put this flower on your cardigans, on your shawls, and it gives a really beautiful look. And here it is. So let's begin. So here it is. We will start with a slip knot. So just have your yarn and have a slip knot here. And now we will chain up 5. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Here, chain up 5, and now we will go to this last chain from your hook, this one. Insert your hook into this chain and grab a yarn and have one slip stitch here. Here it is, creating a little loop here, just like this. And now we will work on this loop. Now here we will have a chain 1, and into this loop we will have our 12 single crochets. So for that, insert your hook into this loop and grab a yarn and have your first single crochet. Now if you want, you can have a stitch marker here. Again, go to this loop again, insert your hook and grab a yarn and have your second single crochet. And now keep on having single crochets here into your this loop, just like this. So here it is your third single crochet, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So here it is. We got our this 12 single crochets. You can just tighten up your work and you can manage this little loop here. So here it is. Your round number 1 is done, and now we will go to this first stitch. So this is our first single crochet. Go to this first stitch, insert your hook into this first stitch, grab a yarn and have a slip stitch here, just like this. And now we will cut our yarn, secure this last stitch. Here it is. And now I'm gonna have a needle here. Here it is, and I'm here. So this is my last slip stitch. This one is my last slip stitch, and this is my first stitch. Here it is. So now we will go to this stitch. This is our first stitch. We will go to the second stitch. This is our second stitch, and we will go to this third stitch. So here it is. Go to this third stitch, insert your needle like this, and take out your this yarn from the back here, like this. And now this is our slip stitch. So we will go to the slip stitch and insert your needle into this loop, into this slip stitch. Here it is. And take your this needle from the back. Take this out from the back, and I'm just gonna have my this all the layers here, just like this, into my this needle. So here it is, like this. And I will just grab my yarn, pull my yarn here, and here it is. You're gonna have your nicely knitted stitch. Here it is. And the reason we did this, we need our 12 stitches here on our this round number 1, and we need exactly 12 stitches so that we will not have any mashup in here. So for that, just take this yarn here. Now if you will count from here, so this is your created stitch, this is not your crochet stitch, this one is your created stitch. So if you will count from here, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So got your exactly 12 stitches here. And here it is. Now we are just gonna hide our this end in. This one is already worked in, so we can simply cut our this end, and for this one just hide this one in, and I'm gonna meet you after that. So here it is. Our round number 1 is done, and now for our round number 2 we will use a popcorn stitch here. Now for that, just go to any of your the stitch, insert your hook into any of your the stitch here, and we're going to attach our the second color. So just attach your the second color from here like this, and now we will have chain 3. So here it is, it's 1, 2 and 3. So chain of 3, yarn over, and we will go to this next stitch. So this is our next stitch. Go to this next stitch and insert your hook into this next stitch and grab your yarn. You're going to have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops. Yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops, and this is your second double crochet. So here it is. This chain 3 will count as your first double crochet, and on your the second stitch you have your the second double crochet. And now we will create our popcorn stitch here. So for that, chain up 2, 1 and 2, and now we will work on this second double crochet on this one. So here it is. We're going to have our cluster of another 7 double crochets here on top of this double crochet. So for that, yarn over one time, insert your hook, grab your yarn, yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops only, and we will not finish our stitch. So we will leave our stitch like this. Yarn over for the second time, insert your hook into this space and grab your yarn, yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops only. Yarn over for the third time, insert your hook into this space and grab your yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops only. Yarn over for the fourth time, insert your hook into this space and grab your yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops only. Yarn over for the fifth time, insert your hook into this space and grab your yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops only. Yarn over for the sixth time, insert your hook into this space and grab your yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops only. And now yarn over for the 7th time and insert your hook into this space and grab your yarn over and spool your yarn through 2 loops only. Here it is. And now you're going to have 8 loops on your hook. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. You're going to have 8 loops on your hook. Yarn over and spool your yarn through all 8 loops. Here it is. And chain 1. Here it looks like this. And now we will go to this next stitch. So this is the stitch we have already worked on. We got about this double crochet here. Now we will go to this next stitch. So just go to this next stitch. Here it is. And insert your hook into this next stitch, grab a yarn and have a slip stitch here. Here it is. And this is your popcorn stitch. So you have created a popcorn stitch. You can just push your stitch on the top and it looks like this. And now we will repeat this pattern for next 5 times on this round number 2. So for that, here we got the slip stitch. We're gonna have another chain 3 here. So here it is. It's 1, 2 and 3. Now we will go to this next stitch. So go to this next stitch and have a double crochet here. So for that, yarn over and go to this next stitch, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have 1 double crochet here. Chain 2. Now this chain 2 will count as our first double crochet but halfway done. So here it is. And now we will have another 7 double crochets here, but we will not finish our stitch. So we are going to have a cluster of 8 double crochets. So for that, yarn over and insert your hook into this stitch and grab a yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. That's your first double crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So here it is. In total you got this 8 double crochets, including this chain 2. Halfway done, we haven't finished our stitch here, and you're going to have 8 loops on your hook. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through all of your 8 loops, chain 1, and we will go to this next stitch and we will insert our hook into this next stitch and grab a yarn and have a slip stitch here. And here it is. This is your popcorn stitch. Just push this stitch on top and it looks like this. Again, we're going to repeat our pattern. So again, have chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, yarn over, go to this next stitch and have a double crochet here, chain 2, 1 and 2. This is your first double crochet halfway done, and now we will have another 7 double crochets. We will not finish our stitches here on top of this double crochet. So for that, yarn over, grab a yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. This is your first double crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Here it is. So you got your 8 double crochets here in total, and here it is. You're going to have 8 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all of your this 8 loops and chain 1. And now we will go to this next stitch and have a slip stitch here. And now repeat your this pattern for another 3 times, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. So just have your this popcorn stitches, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. And here it is. I've repeated my pattern for about 6 times, and I'm here, and I will have a chain 1 here. So this is my last popcorn stitch, and now I will go to this next stitch. Now this is my first stitch. I will insert my hook again into the same stitch here, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll have a slip stitch here to finish up this round. Here it is. Just push this stitch upwards, and here it is. Your popcorn stitch is done, and your flower looks like this. And now we will not cut our yarn, but we will be here at the back. So now here at the back, just tighten up your work, and here now we will have chain 4. So here it is. This is your stitch. You got your this last slip stitch here. Just go at the back here on your this flower and have chain 4 here. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain up 4, and now we will go to this stitch here. So in between your this next popcorn stitches, you will find your this 2 strain of yarn here, and we will go to this stitch here. Insert your hook into the space and grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch here. Here it is. Again, chain up 4. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, skip this next puff stitch, and in between these 2 puff stitches, you will find your this 2 strain of yarn. Insert your this hook into this space here. Sorry about this one. Here, grab a yarn and make a slip stitch. Yeah, like this. Again, chain up 4. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And go to this stitch here next to this popcorn stitch. Insert your this hook here into the space, into this 2 strain of yarn. Grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch here. And do it all the way around for each stitch. And you're going to have your this 6 chain 4. This set of chain 4s, you're going to repeat this for 6 times. So you're going to repeat this for another 3 times. So here it is. Again, chain up 4. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And while having this chain 4, just make sure that your chains are not loose or it's not too tight. Just like this. And go to this next 2 strain of yarn. Insert your hook. Grab your yarn and have 1 slip stitch here. Again, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go to this next strain of yarn, insert your hook, and have a slip stitch here. Again, chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we will go to this last stitch, and we will insert our hook in here and grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch here. And here it is. It looks like this from the back. And now we will cut our yarn. Cut your yarn and secure your this last stitch, and we will hide over this 2 ends in. Before hiding it, I'm just gonna have a knot here so that my yarn will be nice and secure. Here it is. And now you can cut your yarn and you can hide this yarn inside. And here it is. It looks like this and like this from the back. And now we will insert our hook into this any chain 4 space at the back. So this chain 4 space which we have just created, we will insert our hook like this, and we will have our 3rd color here for round number 3, and we will attach our this third color into our this any chain 4 space. Here it is. Just gonna tighten up my work here. And now I'm gonna have chain 3. So here it is, it's 1, 2, and 3. So have this chain 3 here, like this. And now we will go to the second chain from your hook. So this is the first chain, go to the second chain from your hook, insert your hook, grab your yarn, and go to this third chain and insert your hook and grab your yarn. And now we will go to this chain 4 space, insert your hook and grab your yarn. And now you're gonna have 4 loops on your hook. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. That's our first time. Yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. That's your second time. Yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, and that's the third time. Here it is. And this is the end of your row number 1. Now for your row number 2, we will chain 1 and we will insert our hook into this first stitch. So this is your first row. Insert your hook into this first stitch and grab your yarn. Go to this next strand of yarn, insert your hook and grab your yarn. Go to this next strand of yarn, insert your hook and grab your yarn. And now go to this chain 4 space, insert your hook and grab your yarn. And you're going to have 5 loops on your hook. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. That's for the first time. Yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. That's for the second time. Yarn over for the third time and pull your yarn through 2 loops. And yarn over for the fourth time and pull your yarn through remaining 2 loops. And this is the end of your row number 2. Now for your row number 3, chain 1 and we will go to this next string of yarn. Here, insert your hook and grab your yarn. We will go to this next string of yarn here, insert your hook and grab your yarn. Go to this next string of yarn, insert your hook and grab your yarn. And go to this next string of yarn, insert your hook and grab your yarn. And go to this chain 4 space and grab your yarn. Here it is. And now you're going to have 6 loops on your hook. Now we will yarn over and we will pull our yarn through 2 loops for 5 times. So here it is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, we will have 1 chain 1 and we will go to this first string of yarn here. So insert your hook into this first stitch and grab your yarn. Go to this next stitch and grab your yarn. Go to the second stitch, your third stitch, insert your hook and grab your yarn. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook and grab your yarn. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook and grab your yarn. And now we will go to this chain 4 space and we'll grab our yarn. Here it is. And now you're going to have 7 loops on your hook. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now we will yarn over and pull our yarn through 2 loops for next 6 times. So here it is. Yarn over, pull your yarn through 2 loops. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here it is. It looks like this. And now from our next row, we will start reducing our stitches. So for that, we will not have any chain 1 here. We will go to this first stitch. So this is not your first stitch. This is your first stitch. Go to this first stitch here. Insert your hook here. Grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch. Here it is. Like this. And now we will insert our hook into this next stitches. So go to this next stitch, insert your hook and grab a yarn. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook and grab a yarn. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook and grab a yarn. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook and grab a yarn. Go to this chain 4 space, insert your hook and grab a yarn. Here it is. And now you're going to have 6 loops on your hook. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we will yarn over and we will pull our yarn through 2 loops for next 5 times. So here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Again, we will reduce our stitches here. So for that, this is not your first stitch. This is your first stitch. So go to the stitch and grab your yarn and have 1 slip stitch here. And now go to this next stitch, insert your hook and grab your yarn. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook and grab your yarn. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook and grab your yarn. Go to this chain 4 space, insert your hook and grab your yarn. And now you're going to have 5 loops on your hook. Now we will yarn over and pull our yarn for next 4 times. So we will pull our yarn through 2 loops. So here it is. It's yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, we will reduce our stitch. So for that, go to this first stitch, insert your hook, grab yarn and have one slip stitch here. And now go to this next stitch, insert your hook and grab a yarn. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook and grab a yarn. Again, go to this next chain 4 space, insert your hook and grab a yarn. You're going to have 4 loops on your hook. Now we will yarn over and pull our yarn through 2 loops for next 3 times. So here it is. That's 1, 2 and 3. And we will stop here. And now we will go to this next stitch and we will have our slip stitch. So insert your hook, grab a yarn and have one slip stitch. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have one more slip stitch. So yeah, that's going to be your second slip stitch. And now go to this chain 4 space, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have your third slip stitch. So here it is. Just going to put my yarn at the back. And your first flower petal is ready. It looks like this. And now we will repeat our this pattern all the way on our this round number 3. So we will repeat this pattern for next 5 times. So here it is. We will go to this next chain 4 space here, this one. So for that, here we got our this last slip stitch. Go to this next chain 4 space, grab a yarn, tighten up your work a little bit and have a slip stitch here. So just have a slip stitch here. Now again we will have chain 3. So for that it's 1, 2 and 3 here. Now we will go to this next chain from your hook. So here it is. Insert your hook and grab a yarn. Go to this next chain, insert your hook and grab a yarn, and go to this chain 4 space, insert your hook and grab a yarn. Here it is. You can have 4 loops on your hook. Now we will yarn over and pull our yarn through 2 loops for next 3 times. So here it is. It's 1, 2 and 3. Again, we are going to increase our stitches. So for that, we'll have 1 chain 1. So this is your first stitch. Go to this first stitch, insert your hook and grab a yarn. Go to this next one, insert your hook and grab a yarn. Go to this next one, insert your hook and grab a yarn, and go to this next chain 4 space and grab a yarn. You're going to have 5 loops on your hook. Now we will yarn over and pull our yarn through 2 loops for next 4 times. So here it is. Yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. And yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. Here it is. Again, we will have 1 more increase here. So I have a chain 1, and now we will go to this first stitch, insert your hook, grab a yarn, and go to next all of the stitches and grab a yarn, including your chain 4 space at the bottom, and grab a yarn. So here it is. And now you're going to have 6 loops on your hook. So here we will yarn over and pull our yarn for next 5 times. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Again, we will have 1 more increase here. So for that, chain 1. And now insert your hook into each stitch here. So here it is. It's 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Here it is. And now you're going to have 7 loops on your hook. So remember, when you have a 7 loops on your hook, that is the last increase. So here it is. Now we will yarn over and pull our yarn through 2 loops for next 6 times. So here it is. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this is our last increase, and now onwards we will decrease our stitches. So for that, here, this is not your first stitch, this is your first stitch. Always remember, this is your first stitch. Insert your hook, grab yarn and have 1 slip stitch here. And now for all of these next stitches, insert your hook and grab yarn and do not finish your stitch. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 and including this chain 4 space, so that is 5. Here it is. And you're going to have 6 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, yarn over, pull your yarn through 2 loops, yarn over, pull your yarn through 2 loops. Here it is. And now again we will have 1 more decrease. So go to this next stitch, insert your hook, grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch. And now insert your hook into each of these stitches next stitches. So here it is. That is 1, 2, 3, including this chain 4 space, and that's 4. And now you're going to have 5 loops on your hook. Now we will yarn over and pull our yarn through 2 loops for next 4 times. So here it is. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we will go to this next stitch. We will have a decrease here. So for that, go to this first stitch, insert your hook, grab yarn and have one slip stitch. And now go to this next 2 stitches and your chain 4 space. Insert your hook and grab your yarn. So this is 1, 2, and 3. So you're going to have 4 loops on your hook. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops for next 3 times. So this is your 1 time, 2nd, and your 3rd time. And now we will stop here. And here we will have our slip stitches on each of these stitches. So here it is. Go to this next stitch, grab your yarn and have 1 slip stitch. Go to the next one, insert your hook, grab your yarn and have 1 slip stitch. So that's your 2 slip stitches. And for your last slip stitch, go to this chain 4 space, insert your hook, grab your yarn and have your 4th slip stitch here. Here it is. And now we will go to this next stitch, next chain 4 space, this one, and we will insert our hook into this space, grab a yarn and have 1 slip stitch and have chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. And now keep on repeating this pattern for next 4 times, and I'm going to meet you here. And here it is. I'm at the end of my this last flower petal, and I'm going to have my this last 3 slip stitches. So it's 1, 2, and my last slip stitch, 3rd slip stitch on my this chain 4 space. Here it is. And now I will go to this next chain 4 space here, and will insert my hook into my this next chain 4 space, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll have a slip stitch here, my last slip stitch. And now I will cut my yarn, secure your this last stitch, and now hide this end in, and I'm going to meet you after that. And here it is. Our flower is ready. It looks like this from the back and it looks like this from the front. And here it is. And I hope you have liked my today's tutorial. If you have liked, please like, share and comment on my videos, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.